Welcome back. And now let's move on to the topic of VO groups. So the first thing you're going to do is go to this VO groups tab. This will change this here, and you're going to want to create a group. In this case, we're going to call them this one, molecule connection. We're going to click plus. This will add this to our list of things to be managed here. And the next one we're going to want to do is molecule spheres. Now we have two different groups, both of which are empty. If you want to add objects to them, you're going to want to click the Manage button. And in this case, we can find our connection for the molecule connections, and that's all we want in that group. For our molecule spheres, we're going to want to find the two sphere objects and add them to this. What this lets us do is it allows us to create an abstract reference to these two objects, or these two groups, which means that as far as the code is concerned, these two spheres are able to function and replace each other for the given action. This is necessary for what we plan on doing, because when we spawn or create a bunch of these, they don't exist yet, and each of these need to be able to connect to these sphere locations, and is a requirement for us to be moving forward. So, with that in mind, you're going to want to add a few more properties to this of the hitboxes to the connectors. So if we quickly look at the list of hitboxes, we have 6 connections of top connection, bot, left, right, front, and back. In order to leverage these, I'm going to type in top connection, bot connection, left connection, right connection, front connection, and back connection. Okay, we can see here that this matches. We don't have any issues with this. And if we want, for our M connections, we have top of the connector and bottom of the connector, which we're going to add to here. Top of connector, and the bot of connector. Okay, and with this, we have set up our two groups appropriately so that they can all work together. So, in order to leverage these, we're going to want to now create rules using those VO groups that we've just created. That way we're able to connect all of these together. So if we create a rule, we're going to go with this connect molecule and connector via front as an example. In this case, we're going to go to snap, and here, rather than the hitbox type of virtual object, we're going to do virtual object group. And you can see here we have our connections here of our groups. I'm going to go to molecule spheres. As this is the front, I'm going to do my front connection, and the object that can go in is going to be our virtual object group of our molecule connections. Okay? And that is the entire behavior of what I need there. I'm going to highlight the snap zone so that you can see every object that I spawn is able to go into here. And I'm going to click play on my simulation so that we can just quickly demonstrate this functionality. Oh, I just realized there's one other thing that we do need to adjust before any of this is going to function, which is our molecule components, including the connectors, need to be able to be grabbed. So we adjust that by going and clicking on our objects here, and clicking this Is Grabbable button. Okay, so now all three of our assets are grabbable. Okay, I don't need these in this position anymore as a reference, so I'm just going to quickly move them onto the table. Okay, and with this, I'm going to quickly go through my experience and showcase what we've done so far. Alright, so you can see here I've highlighted a snap zone, which I can put this into. This is not oriented properly, but I'm able to take this and put it into either snap zone, even though I've only created one behavior. I'm also able to use this to spawn another cylinder, which can function as the same purpose. Same thing with creating more molecule components, which can be assembled together. Okay, but now let's just quickly adjust the orientation. So, from our rules, for our snap, for that front connector, we want a rotation offset. I believe that in this case it's going to be 90 in the Z for the front. And we can confirm this by quickly going through the experience. Okay, that's incorrect. I want to do 90 in the X. My apologies there. All right. And I no longer need to highlight that snap zone. Okay, so with that, we are able to bring in these assets and have them connected through that simple function there. And now I'm going to do what I did for the front via the back. This is going to be a snap again. Virtual object group, the sphere. I did the front before, this is the back. Molecule connection. And that was 90 in the X. This will also be 90 in the X. And I can quickly do these for all of my connections. So this is going to be top. This is going to be bottom. So the top. Oh, wrong one. This is going to be the bottom. And then I have to do left and right. This one is left. And this one is right. Okay. These were rotated in the X. These two need to be rotated in the Z so that they align properly. And if we go to our experience, take your cylinder and attach it on the top there, spawn another, attach it on the side or the front. And you can take this sphere. Oh, I forgot the last part. Allowing the spheres to connect to the cylinders. But I'm able to take this and I'm able to connect it to any of the sides that I want. If I drop it over there, as you can see, we are able to attach this on all of the orientations of the axes. The last thing we need to do is make it so that you can then attach these assemblies at the end of our connection pieces. In order to do that, we're going to do the same thing we did with our other rules, but in this time we're going to connect connector and molecule via top or bot. So, same thing. We're going to do a snap, virtual object group, and this time we're going to do the molecule connection of the top and the virtual object group of the sphere of the bottom. That was via top. This is via bot. And now you are able to spawn in as many of those connection pieces as you would like, or as we have limited it to. We're able to bring them together, make assemblies, and build out whatever molecular structure you find most appropriate, and assemble that in whatever structure fits your setup with as many of these as you would like. Okay. If you'd like, you could break it apart after you've assembled it and reuse the components. I hope that this was helpful for you, and you can escape out of full screen mode whenever you like by pressing F11. And you can go back to editing at any point by going to the quit. Thank you so much. Have a good rest of your day.